I want to start with a quick plug for the podcast, hometeamgamedev.com/podcast. We just recently had part 2 of our episode with Fadi Ashi, Fodrick Alexander on Twitter, Syrian game developer, community builder, YouTuber, educator. Lots of neat things from his talk. A number of members who could be there live said it was a fascinating or inspiring talk. So make sure you catch both parts of that at hometeamgamedev.com/podcast. But what I want to talk about today is actually mostly unrelated. And it's got to do with whether or not you see yourself already as who you want to be. And this is a thing I work with a lot of people on for game development related things, there's a skill level they want, there's a hat they want to wear, they don't yet see themselves as a coder, an artist, a leader, designer, level designer, perhaps specifically writer, etc. And often what we have to do, right, is to find ways to do the things that help us see ourselves as that. And that identity shift can be a really powerful change in our future. And occasionally it can be frustrating if we feel like there's a tension, there's a gap between, again, who we want to be and who we are. But we want to try to reframe that today as just as a positive, that's a good thing, right? That is a great thing. What that means is that you haven't settled for who you are at this instant. It means you're still growing, and not even necessarily just up, right? But in a new direction, that you're opening new doors to yourself, that you see that there is a direction you want to move in already as progress over somebody else who doesn't quite tell that there's somewhere they want to be, there's a way they want to be that's beyond what they currently are. And this can sound wishy-washy. Again, this could be a very literal thing of there's skills you want to have you don't yet have. There's opportunities you want to be ready for you're not ready for yet. And that's awesome, right? Again, that's a great thing. That is what allows you to be able to leverage and use, like I mentioned the other day, resources that are out there, things that are there to be learned from. And I only generalize that because obviously mine are very game development specific, but as often for these YouTube videos, this isn't just about game development, right? This is about if you wanted to start a show, write a book, if you wanted to tell a story, if you wanted to make mods, if you want to do whatever it might be, right? Audio composition stuff, sound effects, if you want to build websites, right? It can be a pragmatic thing. Or whatever the thing, if you know somebody else who does it, again, it helps you guide yourself to ask questions with a practical outlet to do it, and that's where the real learning comes from, because you need to find your way into becoming who you want to become, and that's awesome. It's a great place to be. So rather than feeling that that is a source of stress or a bad thing or a negative or a sign that you are behind somehow, which is not fair to yourself, right? I mean, you're ahead of now where you were at some other point. It's a continuous process of as soon as you get where you think you want to be, you're going to find another spot you want to move towards. And if you don't find a way to kind of be happy with the fact that you have direction, happy with the fact that you are making moves in that direction, well, you won't be any happier when you get there either. But as long as you can be content with the fact that it's a good thing you've got direction to go in, that's great. Celebrate that. That's all for the day. Just wanted to, again, real quick plug for the podcast. Check that out. We've now got, I think, 200 plus episodes, probably. It's been a while. It's been like 2015 plus or minus. I don't know. Long enough I don't quite remember. So that's great. And then on the other side, again, just when you see that there's some way you want to be in your ability and skill and position and personality traits and whatever, awesome. That's great. Congratulations to you for finding a source of direction. That's the way to be. Catch you another day. Bye for now.